Good morning. It is a little after sunrise and I am here at the Mount Pilchuck trailhead. Today, I am climbing Mount Pilchuck for the first time. This is probably one of the most popular trails in Washington, one of the most popular mountains to climb, and I have actually never climbed it because the road to get up here was pretty inaccessible if you didn't have a very high clearance vehicle. But this year they fixed it up. And so now I finally get to climb Mount Pilchuck, which is a really fun trail on the Mountain Loop Highway up to another fire lookout. I guess this is the summer of fire lookouts for me, but I am really excited because, yeah, I've been wanting to get to this one for a long time, and today's the day. So this is a 5.5 mile trail with just about 2,000 feet of gain, and it's supposed to be really fun. So let's get going. The views are going to be great. I just finished the first mile of this trail, and this trail really has two parts. The first half through the forest, which is really pretty with a lot of old growth trees, and then you break out onto the rocky slopes of Mount Pilchuck and you start to get some views. And now this is what the trail is going to look like. We got rocks, and then there is a scramble to get to the lookout. So this is the part of the trail I have been looking forward to, and it is a cloudy day, but the clouds are high enough that all the views are still visible, and this is refreshing after that hot summer weather we've been getting. It is nice to see some clouds, so I'm gonna get going up this. Got a little bit of sun, and I got the summit behind me, came out, and this is an incredible wall of rock. But that up there, on the end of that little point, I can see the corner of the lookout. It's right up there, so the trail's gonna weave up along and then switch back up to the lookout. Got some sun, and this is actually really beautiful, and gosh, that rock wall is kind of crazy looking. It's gotten really rugged now. This is the fun part. give you the Mount Pilchuck lookout. Oh, this is such a cool view. Oh my gosh. And I mean, I'm really excited because the lookout's empty. I am the only one here on top of this amazing mountain, and gosh, this is really cool weather. Oh my gosh, that is really stunning, the way these clouds and this really unique lighting are making the mountains look. But I made it, the lookout all to myself, and oh, there's some fun looking rocks to scramble around on. So I'm gonna hang out up here because it's pretty early in the morning, and I think the clouds are gonna do a lot of interesting things. So I'm gonna have breakfast first, and then, I don't know, all these rocks are very tempting looking. Well, I will start the tour inside the lookout, and the cool thing about the Mount Pilchuck lookout is it was turned into a kind of mini museum up here about fire lookouts in the Cascades. So it's got these exhibits, and I mean, welcome to Mount Pilchuck, but it's got a nice map to pick out peaks, and then we've got exhibits talking about a bunch of different fire lookouts and the history of this lookout as well. And then another map, which is really neat. And oh yeah, there's even more info about how the lookout was built and stuff. So this is like one that's had the inside restored for people to come check out. And you can't spend the night here. You gotta be willing to share, but you can do that. Let's go outside now. So this is the part that scares some people. There is a scramble. You have to scramble up the rocks, and then to get to the lookout, you got to go up this ladder. It's pretty solid though. Like, it doesn't feel scary. And then there are so many peaks to pick out. West over there, you got the Highway 2 corridor. You can see some of the spires of like Mount Index, Mount Bering, Gun Peak. That's over towards Stevens Pass. So you come around here into the Glacier Peak Wilderness. And I saw Glacier Peak. Oh, it's kind of being shown in the sun with some rain in the distance. It's gonna be hard to make it out. I can barely see it. It's almost like a ghost. But then we have like Mount Pew. And then over here, we've got Three Fingers and White Horse, so these two big ones. And then looking north, we've got Mount Shuckson and Mount Baker, which are visible. And look at this light, but also really cool looking mountain, like just the complex and all the spires and rocks of Mount Pilchuck. And then let's go over here and check out this view west, which is looking out onto the Puget Sound Islands. You can see all the way to Anacortes. So you can see the ocean, and then all the way to some volcanoes, and then deep into the Glacier Peak Wilderness. What a view. And then of course, like any good lookout, it has a 360 catwalk. I went and did a little bit of scrambling down the ridge because I got a glimpse of some lakes in the basin and I got a pretty good view. So hopefully that footage came out. And on my way back out, I want to scramble on some of this, see if I can get a view. I think I see a way over there, but I can't believe I am alone up here with this amazing view and that I have this lookout all to myself. This is such a popular place. I'm just very grateful. It's so quiet and peaceful here, and the view with the changing clouds is really amazing. This is exactly what I needed. And yeah, the views up here are just panoramic. This is going to be a great view anytime there's even a little bit of clear weather. I headed off the lookout and I scrambled down the ridge, and yeah, this is really cool. This is really fun too. There's a lot of fun rock to scramble, but light is hitting the mountains. It is so hard to look away. There's little tarns all over the place and the clouds just keep changing. Amazing. And then we got the really jagged, rocky landscape. This feels like a much bigger mountain than it is just because it's so rocky and pointy. It's got all these cool spires on it, but let me show you. The lookout is right there. So came down the ridge. There is definitely some exposure and it is scrambling, so I don't recommend this to most people, but it is beautiful. And I have been up here long enough. I do have to start heading back down, but this is so much fun. I love all these rocks up here. It's like a big playground. Well, that was Mount Pilchuck, and as you can see, it started to rain on me on the way down, but I don't think I could have asked for a better Mount Pilchuck experience. This is one I've been wanting to get to for so long, and they just did a lot of work on the road and a lot of work on the trail, and I can definitely see why it is one of the more popular trails in the state. It is super fun, and it is a really cool mountain to climb for not very much gain. And I definitely hit it at the right time, coming on a weekday when the weather is not like perfect crystal clear skies was definitely the way to go to get some solitude up top. I had the lookout to myself for almost an hour before anyone else showed up, which sounds unheard of given how much crowding I hear people talk about with this trail. And I would say that this is a pretty good one, but the second half of this trail is actually a little tricky just because it is very rocky and there's a little bit of boulder hopping and scrambling towards the top. So, you know, you want to be pretty sure-footed, and it's going to be hard on the knees and stuff because hard rock and stuff does that. But oh my gosh, what a fun trail. And I really liked the weather today. I got an August Pacific Northwest shower, and the clouds just made the mountains look mystical. That's probably the best way to describe it. Oh, and all the little tarns on the mountain. You can see so much up there. And definitely one of the cooler lookouts, but I'm gonna ramble on, so I'm going to end the video there. I'm sure this is already very long. Thank you so much for watching, and here are my favorite pictures from the trail today. Enjoy.